Howdy guys, Kirk and Jason here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. Welcome to the new Neptune's Beach. This is it. It's the new play structure. Remember this, Neptune's Beach? Most people don't because it was back in the early 1900s. So I remember it because we're at South Shore and my father used to tell us about it. Plus we have about 50 pictures around the house where he was a boxer back then, and he was in front of the two Olympic-sized swimming pools with James Colbert and all these famous boxers way back when. They've since the Depression, 39 I believe it was, tore all that stuff down because there wasn't enough cash flow to go there. What we're doing today is, it's a play structure here at South Shore. And interesting thing about it is there's not much to it, but when I came here, the fellow was saying, "Gee, Kirk, you sure you know how to do this? You sure you know how to do that?" And he was questioning me. I said, "Dude, where'd you get my information from?" He says, "Well, architect." I said, "I tell you something the architect knows that you don't. I've been doing this for close to 40 years. I mean, we're at South Shore now. I did the car wash right across the way there in 89. How do I remember it was 89? Because that's when we had that dreaded fire in the Oakland Hills and the bridge collapsed, the Cypress Freeway. That's how I remember 89. This whole shopping center here, back in 1979, it was rebought, I think around there, because when I was union, back in 1980, we redid a lot of it. Then they tore it all down and they rebuilt this whole new one. And so I said, "Man, I've been doing this a long time. You can trust in me that I know what I'm doing." And anyway, we're doing the play structure here. They're going to put 2 solid inches of rubber here because I can't even climb this. We slid down it a couple times. I thought, wow, that's dangerous for a play structure. But what we're doing is putting this pillar back together. And because of counter flashings and flashings, we ended up having to take this weave screed, which is at a 45, and bend it almost flat. So I told the guy, "Don't worry, we'll handle it. We'll make it all true, plumb, and level no matter what it takes," because stucco is all about improvising. Right now it's drizzling a little bit, but nothing we can't handle. Jay's going to mix me up some 5-minute mud. What is 5-minute mud? That means 5 minutes and it's gone. That's how fast I want to apply this because it's raining. We'll show you in a minute. All right, guys, the fun part. History lesson's over. We're using a quick set here. And this material is nothing new. The fellow says, "Well, gee, how many days will that take you to do?" And I said, "Days? The lathing is going to take me longer than the actual cement work." And he says, "How can that be? Don't you have to do 3 coats?" I said, "Absolutely. And what we're doing right now is both coats. We are using accelerators." Now, what does accelerators mean? We have retardants in order to slow the stucco drying process down. And we also have the accelerators. Accelerators speed the stucco up, meaning this will set when I want it to set. And I want it to set in 5 minutes. Why? Well, because we're used to doing everything quick and because it's drizzling on us. So in case it really comes down, I want to be done. Already I can feel this stuff setting, which is good. I like it when it sets fast. We looked at this earlier and I thought, well, gee, I ought to take about 2 buckets. But after lathing this and putting our screed on almost flush, we had to improvise with that guy in order to keep up with a few things that are going on here, such as flashings and counter flashings. You guys, one thing I'm thinking about as I'm doing this, set in about 5 minutes to 10. And then another thing I'm thinking about is I've got to float this, meaning hard rubber floated. Then I've got to expose the aggregate, I'm not going to try to match this finish here with this sand and cement. Why? Because this is a maintenance-free, cementitious color coat finish. That's a mouthful for you guys. Maintenance-free, cementitious color coat finish, meaning when it gets wet, this darkens like a brick, which also means that you never have to paint it. Now, when I took this project, I told the fellas, we will match the texture, but we cannot match the color. You'll have to either, and here's the thing where a lot of the guys that I work for get beat up on. They'll either have to paint this entire column or color coat this entire column. What happens if you paint, say, my color is going to be white when I'm done with this finish right here, because this is a 1620 maintenance-free La Habra finish. What happens if I tie this in and they paint it? Well, the paint, when it rains, won't darken, but this will darken. It'll be sort of an eyesore. So I already went over that little complicated stuff with the managers, and they said, fine, Kirk, just get her done. So I'm going to give this 5 minutes. I'm going to float it. Jay's going to mix me up some color coat finish, which has the exact same aggregate as this, which is the heavy sand, which is not 2030, but 1620. And we'll show you how we do that also when we get to that stage. Okay, guys, that is set enough. And when I say enough, would I prefer it a little bit harder? You see that? A little bit, but luminite is like food. It gets old. So we've had this luminite now for about 3 months. So as it gets old, you'll need a lot more to achieve the same thing. So while we were sort of waiting for stucco to dry, Jay cleaned up everything because he wants to get out of here. It is New Year's Eve, and there's a lot of parties going around here and there and all over the city. In fact, I'm thinking that sounds like a good idea. While we were waiting, too, my granddaughter came by, and I always tease her, I said, no goofy kids here. And she says, oh man, Nana says I can play, so I'm going to play. Of course, she got wet because everything is wet here. That ended that. I always used to tease her when she was real small. She's 6 now. And I'd say, oh man, here comes trouble. So she used to call me, oh man. She thought that was my name. In fact, I think she still does. But anyway, okay. As I was saying earlier, cementitious, maintenance-free color coat. What happens when it gets wet? Well, I'll show you. Or I better show you over on that pillar over here. You see how when that gets wet, you see how it's darkening? Well, look at the painting. The painting doesn't darken or anything. So cementitious color finishes always darken because, like a brick, they're maintenance-free. So if you have that, and winter is upon us right now, I get a lot of people who call me and say, hey, gee, Kirk, I just bought a house, and every time it rains, it darkens. I say, count your blessings. That's a maintenance-free color coat finish. You never, ever, ever have to paint it. Or somebody will say, gee, I got this house, and it's cracking. You see these big cracks here? It's common, especially when you break it, or say windows and doors slam. These are common, and this is it's pretty new. I'd say 15 years old, this whole shopping center, but there's not a wall on this center that doesn't have those hairline cracks because they are normal, and vibrations causes cracking. So what am I doing now? I am floating in the original, or my stucco, into the original finish. A minute ago, if you would go back and rewind, you would see my finish, which I floated also so it would dry out faster. Look just like their finish. However, if they would have painted that, they would have found out it was not on the money. And if I couldn't have them paint it and then call me back and say, hey, Kirk, it looked like it was going to match, but then when we painted it, it didn't match. Come look at it. So I know all these little things. and I couldn't use the old, well, I just wanted to get some beer and get paid real quick and get out of there. They'd never go for that. They'd say, no, Kirk, you bring your butt back and fix it. So we do it right the first time. And this joint here, the transition from existing to new, takes a little bit of water. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing the existing or the new into the existing. And it takes a bit of practice to do this, guys. What you don't see is I'm using the entire float because this joint is also getting hard. This joint right here, it's got luminite under, and it's sucking the moisture right out of this color coat. So I can see the joint myself. If you can see it, that just means it's hardening too fast. And sometimes you might need to put on a little bit more. Like that one kind of got away from me because of the luminite. So what do? I just add a little bit more. I'll show you that real quick. And then we're going to hit the road. All right. You just add a little bit more. Can't have a joint showing. Hey, get out of there. Okay. We take it, and now we try again. And this time, I get it a little tighter. There we go. Take this, bring the new into the existing. And if you have to do it once or twice, that's okay. Just get it done so that it matches. Anyhow, Jason and I want to thank you folks for watching the whole year round. And because it is New Year's Eve and it's about to rain on us, we wanted to wish you a Happy New Year from the both of us, because Lou and everybody else is gone. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Once again, folks, we thank you for watching, and I really enjoy all your comments.
If you guys like this video, please click the like button down below. And also, if you enjoy what we do, subscribe to our channel so we can keep making these videos for you.
My name is Kirk.
And Jay.
We thank you for watching, and from the entire Giordano family, we'll see you on the next one.